Hello, my village. I am back. As promised, I said I was going to go live today, and I am here. If you join in, go ahead and send an emoji, say hi, wave, whatever you got to do. I'll see you guys in a second. And let me share this to my group. Hello. Welcome in. Hey, I'm just sharing this to my business page really quick. I forgot to sign in. Hey, Johnny. It's gonna be real quick. Today's topic is gonna be about child support. It's really, some people can't co-parent because you put financial aspects as a #1 priority over your child. So that's what this discussion is going to be about today. So y'all get ready. It's going to make some people feel some kind of way. But y'all know me. I keep it 100. And I can care less. But some stuff needs to be said. And I'm the one that usually will say it. So give me just one more second while I share it right now. Invite people, share it, especially when you know there's some people that need to hear this topic. I've been listening to the guys. This one gonna help the guys today because I've been listening to them, and they've been saying like, you need to do a topic on women that keep the child away from the dad because they're not getting child support. So here I am today addressing that topic, and I have a few tips for you guys. Okay, I'm done sharing. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, like 13 tips. But go ahead and share this video. And I was waiting for a few more people to get in. I know some people that tagged. Let me tag somebody. 1 second. Because she wanted to join the video, and I'm letting her know that I am here. And I just invited her. Alright, so I'll get started. First off, my name is Monique. For those of you who are new, I am a family and parenting life coach. I help parents co-parent with success to be able to coexist in their child's life, help parents deal with their kids and different behavioral issues and help them correct that. And now that I got that out of the way, so the first thing I wanted to talk about, like basically just because you're not getting child support don't mean that you can't co-parent. A lot of people co-parent without having that financial aspect present. Case in point, me. I never got child support ever. I don't get no money. I don't get no check. I don't really get help, but I'm able to co-parent because my son is taken care of. So that's not a problem. But that don't mean I have to say, oh, you can't see your kid until I get a check, because that'll never happen. Like, that'll just make him shut down. And I see a lot of guys do that. A lot of guys shut down because they know they can't afford to live and take care of kids, even though sometimes I see it both ways, because it's like, why should a mother have to struggle and take care of the kid and the dad get away with it? A lot of people say that, but you can't hold that. You can't be the person to punish a person for not wanting to help financially. It don't have anything to do with the child, so the child still needs to be able to see that parent. Hey, Lana, that child needs to still have that relationship with that parent. They still need to be able to see them, regardless if you're getting like child support or money or not. I see way too often women be like, oh, well, I don't get child support, so he can't see his kid. That's so wrong, because the only person hurt in that situation is a child, and you're still going to be broke. So what's the difference? So it's like, it frustrates me to see people hold like child support as the #1 priority over your child's well-being, your child's developmental and mental state. Like, them not having their other parent in their life is going to change their future. Why not save your child, save them from needing a therapist because of your poor parenting decision, and save them from not having to experience that hurt and that pain And they'll see the real truth when they get older. So eventually they'll see you as the person that held their father away from them or their mother, because I know some single fathers that get child support from the mom. So it goes both ways. Money shouldn't be the number one priority. Your child's mental state, mental, physically, and emotional state should be the number one priority. If you put the kid first, you will be able to co-parent. Trust me. If you put the kid's need before your need, and not in a financial, like, oh, he need clothes, he needs shoes, but they're not going to do without. So if you don't get it, either way, they're still going to have it. So why make a big deal out of it? And I understand you need money to take care of a kid, child care, feed them, keep a roof over their head, but there's other options. You're not going to let your child go without. They're going to have it one way or another. That's why it's important to have your village, your family and friends. If you need help with daycare, you can ask an aunt or family friend. Build you a strong village of people that can help you. If it wasn't for my family, like, I swear to God, I would be in a worse, like a bad state right now. With my mom helping me watch my son on the weekend so that I can work and stuff like that. That is really helpful. Family, whenever I needed something, if I didn't have it, they come through for me. When I learned how to ask, because at first I wouldn't ask for anything. But that's what your strong family and friend in that circle is there for. So financial, getting child support, just because it's not coming from the dad, the help can come from somewhere. It don't have to necessarily come from the other parent. But you shouldn't punish, hey Amber, you shouldn't punish the other parent for not being able to provide for their child. They should still be able to see their child no matter what. Because at the end of the day, you have to remember, you're always going to be a parent. That's not going to change. Your parenting is going to be forever. So you're stuck dealing with that person forever, regardless if you want to or not. You can hold the kid ransom for a check if you want to, but at the end of the day, it only hurt the kid. And like, try to work out something with the other parent without going to court, because a lot of guys stopped me and my son dad from being friends a while ago when my son was probably like 3. We were real good. After having a kid, it was good. He wanted to have another one. I'm like, no. He asked me to move to Mississippi. I was like, no, because that's where he was stationed in the military. And I'm like, I'm not leaving my family and my village, because when you're deployed, I'm going to be by myself in a place that's unfamiliar. So like, we were really close. We were best friends. We've been best friends since we were like 15. And I was just like, can you help out? He used to just send boxes of diapers, or be like, buy them, go pick them up from the store. I ordered diapers because I didn't never ask for anything, but he used to volunteer and do it. He would be like, oh, I paid your car note, because he knew all my information. I went online and paid your car note. And I'm like, oh, really? I didn't even know you knew how to log in or whatever. And like, he'll just do random stuff like that. So I never had to ask for support, even though the car is my responsibility and it was my choice to buy a car. But he know that's how I get his son to and from daycare, to the doctor, and stuff like that. So he used to randomly pay certain bills without me asking, and randomly would send money when he's in Japan. He was deployed when I gave birth. He would randomly send money, stuff like that. He didn't ask what I need. He already know those are the things you need for a baby. But when it came down to the time where he stopped doing it because he got put on child support by one of the other baby mamas, he shut down and stopped giving anybody anything. He quit his job. He ain't worked until this year. Like, he didn't work for like 5 years, so nobody can get anything. And he was like, you're my best friend. You'll never file child support on me. I filed child support just because he said that. Because he felt like he can get away with anything. I'm never going to come down hard on him. And then wind up 3 other baby mamas out of the 4 have filed child support. So then he was really mad because nobody got anything but the one person that had the birth certificate signed. Because he was deployed, I couldn't even put his name on the birth certificate. So I was never going to get anything. The military protected him. We went on for 4 or 5 years, and I never got nothing, going back and forth to court with a Navy representative, and still didn't get nothing. So I gave up. I quit. I was like, forget it. I'm just going to do what I got to do and take care of my child. But I did not cut off communication between him and my child. I still kept him connected, sent pictures, videos, whatever, keep him updated with how my son was doing, let my son go visit him. It didn't stop that. Even though I never got a dime, and for years he was sending like $50 a year randomly. I'm like, what is this? This is his smack money. I used to be one of those moms like, what am I gonna do with this? You might as well have kept that. Hey, Nicole. So like, you don't have to have that financial support in order to take care of the child. Because trust me, if I would have shut down and be like, you're not gonna see your child, like he shut down more. Like when I filed child support, that's when our friendship ended. We didn't become friends again really until this year. It took like 5 years. I didn't get no I love yous no more. I didn't get no he's checking up on me or anything. Like everything shut down. He stopped talking to me. We would see him maybe once a year, if that. And then it took like 3.5 years before he seen his son. And that was last December. He went 3.5 years without seeing his son because he was mad at me. But now that we're back friends again and we're communicating and agreed to put our child first and get over all the past hurt and stuff like that, doing stuff intentionally to hurt each other, now it's a perfect situation. I don't have to ask him for anything. He'll come by and be like, oh, I bought Dacian some shoes, or I bought him some clothes because I know it's the winter coming. Like, he just do it voluntarily now. Because I used to tell him, just send a pack of socks or buy a t-shirt a month. Like, I didn't ever ask for any money. But if they're trying, just be grateful for what they can do. Don't put like, oh, that's not enough, that's not enough, that's not enough. Like that really sometimes, that sometimes discourage them from wanting to help because they're like, I'm trying my best and my best is not good enough, so you're just not gonna get nothing. Like that's how men are. They're really stubborn. They would just shut down and be like, well, nobody's getting anything. But it don't hurt you much. It hurt the kid. Because then they feel like my daddy don't love me. Because of course you'll be mad and angry like I don't get no help. But if they're trying and they're putting forth some type of effort, have a discussion with them. See what they can and cannot do. And then work with that. Say, okay, if you can't give me this much, can you help with this? Or pick the kid up from school. Or relieve one of your duties or your responsibilities to help out. Don't just shut it down because you're not getting what you want. Some of us don't get nothing, so some women really don't get anything. So I see women, oh my gosh, I see women getting like $1,000 a month or a couple of $100 a month, and I'm like, I don't get nothing, so what are you complaining about? Like, I get really angry sometimes when I hear people, oh, I'm only getting $800 a month and da-da-da-da. I'm like, are you serious? You're not even working. Like, I'm dating a guy who pays for everything for his child. The mom haven't had to work in 15 years, but you're complaining. So I'm like, oh my God, he's a great provider. It's like, he would do whatever he got to do so his daughter could be right. And people are so ungrateful. And I'm like, wow, you won't work with him and you're asking for more when you can stay at home. You know, I wish I didn't have to have 3 businesses, work full-time, drive for Lyft, to have the financial freedom that I have. I would love to be doing a hobby, focusing on my making clothes and stuff. I got 4 sewing machines sitting here that I don't have time to use. I used to always be in my fashion. Everybody know me for making my own clothes. I'm 6'1", I'm tall. They don't have tall girl stores, so I make a lot of my stuff. But you know, I would love to be able to do that and not have to work to take care of my child. Some people are very ungrateful and they don't understand because they never had to go without. Child support have made more harm than anything, especially I see it a lot for black men. My son's dad was mad because when I had filed child support, it went on his credit. At the time I didn't know, but he's like, y'all are messing up my credit. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, they filed that back child support is like debt. and you can suspend your license. They can lose their license. What if he was a driver or something? Or if you work for a government job, like me, I worked for the government. They do credit checks. If anything affects you, as far as like something like child support, you can lose your job until you get it taken care of. They will lay you off, make you go take care of it for a couple of weeks, and then you can come back to work once it's settled. A lot of jobs don't even hire men because they owe child support and they don't want to deal with that in payroll in the background of garnishment. So it's more harm a lot of times than good. Even though you shouldn't have to go to court to force somebody to be financially responsible for their child, it happens. But at the same time, people lose their license, people go to jail. I'll do it later. People go to jail, and some women do it out of spite. Some women do it because you got to request for someone to go to jail for not paying child support. But some women will get their man license suspended, be like, nah, he got a new car, he can't drive his car because his license suspended. Then his car get taken away. Then you mad because he can't come pick up the kid, or he got to get a ride to come get the kid. Like, it just makes more pain on the situation. And I hate to see guys go through that. I've seen women go through it too. Lose their license and go to jail. Yeah, and it's like, why give them a record? They're going to jail for child support. That don't look good. Facebook. My son want to say hi. He being nosy. Hi. All up in the camera. But it's like, I don't like things complicated. Like me, I'm more of a let's be civil, let's be adults. We can have this discussion. We don't need no judge making a decision. And then you got to keep going back, getting it adjusted every time you switch jobs or your income change. That's a headache, and it's expensive. That's what happened to my husband at a job. Turned him down. Yes, because it comes up in the background check. It do. I've heard a lot of guys say they didn't get an opportunity for a job, or they want to go do truck driving and their license suspended and they can't get a job, but you want money, but he can't work because of you. So I always tell people, think before you make those actions, especially if you, I understand sometimes, like for example, public assistance. Sometimes things get hard, you lose your job, and that's your only option. But I tell people, because people ask me like, what should I do? Should I go get on the county? Because the county will file child support against the dad. I've done it before a long time ago. When I had my baby, he was 3 months. I got laid off work. I couldn't find a job for 2.5 years. I was overqualified for most jobs. That was in the same time where the job market crashed. Obama just became president. He was trying to fix all that stuff. I didn't get a job for 2.5 years. So I had to go get food stamps for a little while until I started doing temp jobs and going back to school. They filed child support against my son's dad. You know, when you go get public assistance, hey coach, they take custody of your child. So they're paying you child support. They're taking care of their child. You're caring for the child, but they're paying for it. But they're going to bill the dad for it at the end of the day. It's going to have to be paid. So because when I did do it for those short period of time, because they couldn't get the child support for him because the Navy protected him, and I couldn't show proof that he was the dad, you know, they garnished my taxes and I had to pay them whatever they gave me back. So he never had to pay it. Eventually they get it back, and you're signing it on the paper that you're giving up your custody to the state temporarily until you get off of public assistance, and they would get the money back eventually. It took 2 years, but they garnished my taxes 2 years later. When I filed for my son on my taxes, when I did start working, they garnished all that because they're like, oh yeah, that tax credit go to us, not you. So it's like, I tell women, think before you do something, because it makes more of it makes it more difficult, either for you or for them. So either way, it's gonna backfire, or somebody gonna pay for it. Some men do get worked over by the system. But the more important question we should ask is, why are so many of us having babies with no plan? I totally agree, Curtis. Like when it comes to relationships, like me, I wasn't in a relationship with my son's dad. We were childhood best friends, took it too far, his going away party to the Navy. I didn't even know I was pregnant until the second trimester. So it wasn't planned, But I wasn't going to be like, oh, I'm just going to get an abortion, because he didn't even know I was pregnant. He was off to the military in boot camp. I wasn't going to just abandon my responsibilities and take the easy way out. So I did take the responsibility, and that's why I never asked him for anything. I know he didn't want any more kids, but we didn't do what we had to do to protect ourselves from having any more. So that is a good question, because I do tell people, if you're in a relationship and you're not using protection, you're not on birth control, you know you are open to that option of getting pregnant and having a baby. So you need to have that discussion with your partner. If we don't use protection and I'm not on birth control, what's the plan? What are we going to do? Are we financially secure? Like right now, I'm on birth control. I have an implant in my arm right now for 3 years because I'm making sure I'm celibate. But just in case, I'm not having no kids unless I'm married. It's going to cost you to leave. You're going to be paying me alimony. I ain't doing that being a baby mama twice. No, that's not an option for me. So you have to put a ring on it before I will have another baby. So like I tell people, make a plan. Think smart. Use protection. Get on birth control even if you're not having sex right now. Have those options set to prevent you from getting in a situation you're not ready for. The dad ended up having to pay back the public assistant too. See, yeah. And some women won't even ask the dad for money or help. They'll just go get on the county because they don't want to work. They don't want to do what they have to do to hold their end of the responsibility. Got it, guys, who take care of the kids and son who I put themselves on child support. I do know some men that put themselves on child support because they didn't want to deal with going to the other parent, going between them to do those discussions. But that's what people like me, parent coaches, that's what we do. We help people figure it out. Like me, I have a where is it at? I have a co-parenting contract. Right now it's half off. I mean, it's $100 off right now until the end of the year. But it discusses who's going to pay for what. Let me see. Under the expenses, it's like who's going to pay for childcare, who's going to pay for shoes, clothes, cell phone bill, what household bills are you going to contribute to if you're not the primary resident that the child live in, food, all that stuff. It discusses what are you going to contribute to, because you need to make that plan and know ahead of time, this is what my budget is, this is how much I make, and this is how much I'll give you that I can afford to be able to contribute throughout the month or whatever. I get paid every other week. This is what I'm going to help you with. It's helping them build a plan and an agreement to be able to have that stuff discussed beforehand. You can start making that discussion during the pregnancy, because you know it's like that's when you got to start preparing for the baby. So doing it the earliest possible is going to change based on the age of the child. When it's a teen, of course, it's more expensive for teenagers. The older the child gets, the more expensive it is. But actually right now it's showing, studies show it's more expensive as an infant because it costs so much for daycare. People pay more for daycare than they do their rent because it's super ridiculous. Thanks, Coach. Even when a parent is paying support, the other party does not meet their half. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Lana. They want the person's. And then the thing about it, it's child support. It ain't, I'm going to support you so you don't have to work. It's for the child. It's not for the child and the mom. Unless you were divorced and had to pay alimony and child support. That's the only way you're going to be supporting both people. But a lot of people do get that mixed up. Like, oh, because I'm raising the child and I'm the primary or custodial parent, then I want you to pay my full rent. But you got 3 other baby daddies that ain't doing nothing. Like, that's so messed up. Don't punish one person for and put that pressure on them to take care of the whole household when they're not responsible for all that. And then child support don't go to, some people ain't gonna like me for saying this, it don't go to you buying your weave and getting implants and all this stuff, and it goes to your kid. Your kid should not be looking raggedy while you looking decked out. I'm sorry. I hate seeing people that do get child support, their kids looking like crap and they going out buying new cars and all this stuff. That's not important. It's like your kid needs to be in some decent clothes representing you. You sending your kid to school with the hair looking a mess, but you got long weave and stuff like that, or these bomb wig lace fronts and stuff. No, that's not acceptable, because your child represents you, and it makes you look like an irresponsible person. And that's what I've seen some guys complain about. Like, I'm giving her the money, but the money not going to my kids. And it's like, I don't like seeing that. I see it a lot, especially growing up in Compton. I've seen it a lot, where even friends, I've called friends out on it. Like, hey, that's wrong. Your child looking like this, and you just took this money to go buy something else or to go out. That's not for your me time. No. That's not for you to go to Miami or Vegas. No. It's for your child. What bothered me so much is that in the society we look at having a baby as an easier commitment than getting married. Oh my God, that is so true. And what bothers me is most women are usually the ones that see it to the book. Yes, that is so true, Curtis. And thank you for participating. But what I used to tell my son, that you don't got to give me nothing. You can go buy it yourself. Because my son is not going to go with or without you. And so, like, I used to tell him, go buy stuff. Buy whatever you need. Ask him what he want. Even for Christmas, like, my son is not a big fan of Christmas, because he'd be like, why am I getting gifts on Jesus' birthday? He just like family time, bonding, spending time together. He don't care about the materialistic stuff, because we never been materialistic. Like, his dad is not, I'm not. So it's natural that my son is not materialistic, because we don't support that type of stuff. We have to start looking at people we want to have kids with. Exactly. So I don't deal with anybody I'm not willing to have a kid with. And that's just like simple as that. I'll rather be single forever than deal with somebody and be in a bad situation and be regretting or resentful because I made a bad decision. It's like, no. I always look at people, if we're dealing with each other, we're dating, I look at everything. That's why it's hard for me to date as a single mom, because I look at everything. I'm like, how are you with your kids? I ask those questions on dates. What's your relationship with your kids? How often do you see them? Do you help out financially? Like, I ask those questions because I want to know. I'm not signing up for a situationship. No. And I'm not signing up to be a baby mama twice. No. I made the mistake once. I'm not going to make it again. I learned my lesson. It don't take much for me to learn my lesson. Does she have multiple baby daddies? Yes. And I look at that too, because I'm a single mom. I have one kid, but his dad has 4 kids, 4 baby mamas, 4 different states. If I date a guy with a kid, that's another baby mama I got to deal with. Or multiple baby mamas. I'm like, I have enough on the roster right now. Like, I can't do no more. 1 is the limit. So I do look at that. Hey, Dorothy. And it don't matter how you get help as long as you're getting help. So some people be like, nah, his mama is the one that's helping. He not helping. It don't matter. You're getting help. It don't matter who it's coming from. Maybe because you're stressing him out, he asked somebody else to help him. As long as you're getting help, it shouldn't matter. I know a lot of people that make a big deal about where the help is coming from. I used to be like that, because my son's mom used to send like $500 and be like, this is for the birthday party. Take care of my grandbaby. And I used to be like, but he didn't do it. It wasn't from him. You're supporting his kids. Because she told me, if you take him on child support, like, I'll pay you child support. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, I don't want it from you. I want it from him. But I used to be like that because I was hurt at the time. And that was years ago, before I healed and stuff. Now I'll be like, whatever, you helping, thank you, make it easier for me, one less thing I got to worry about. Now I think different. It took me to going through a mindset change to look at everything differently. It's not about me. That's what I had to take me out of the situation, my emotions, my feelings, everything. And then I had to have that discussion with him. But that's what we do. We talk about everything now. Some people hold the child hostage until they get money, and that's not cool. Some men need a buffer. What you mean by that, Lana? Like, some people, they do it just to show the man that they're not playing games with them and that they serious, they need help, and they will go file child support. But me, I'm not a fan of dealing with courts at all. Like, I avoid courts by any means necessary, and that's why I am a parent coach, because I help people eliminate a judge making decisions for them, because that's really big for me. I hate when people can't make the decision on their own, can't be adult enough to have that conversation to make their life more simpler, and they have to go to court. And all the court's gonna do is drain your pockets, stress you out, waste your time, and they're gonna make the decision for you. At the end of the day, person's hurt. Yes, the kid is always the one that's suffering in the end. You can give all the money in the world, right? And you see these celebrities getting 20, 30,000, and the people are still ungrateful because they want to live on the lifestyle that the celebrity is living on. But that's not you. Get your own. Stay in your lane. You don't need a nanny. Take care of your own child. Like, I know women to be like, oh, I need paying the babysitter, and the babysitter their mama. The grandma can't watch the kid for free. Like, that don't make no sense. And they'll go to court to be like, oh, I got to pay for the babysitter, and it's their sibling or something. You just put in some money in somebody else's pocket that is family, and that should be doing it to help you out of the kindness of their own heart. If they're not genuine and they don't want to help and spend time with their grandchild, niece, nephew, whatever, then they don't need to be around that kid, because they're not, they don't care. They're doing it for the money. And child support shouldn't be the only source of income for the other parent. The primary parent needs to come and put forth their effort too, and also hold their own. Because at the end of the day, your child needs to see both parents working. At this day and age, there is hardly any people that can say like, oh, I'm the primary provider and she don't have to work and I'm taking care of everything. It's expensive, especially if you live in California. It is very expensive. That's why I moved. But it's easy to do that here in Nevada, in Las Vegas, because the cost of living is very low. But I still work a lot of jobs and have different businesses to keep that financial freedom. So I won't need to ask for anything. Hold on. And just a lot of men don't like to pay child support because they're not doing right by the money anyway. And a lot of women, like, I feel like, I know this was a topic I talked about before in the past, where people be like, what are you doing with the money? And I feel like you shouldn't have to explain where the money go, but you should have to know what type of bills they have that you're contributing to. That's why in my co-parenting contract, it do explain, okay, I'm giving you this bulk of money, and it's going towards blank, 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 and blank. It's going towards my son's cell phone bill, or I'll take care of the bill, I'll put them on my account, or whatever, because that keeps the communication between the other parent and the child. So I understand, like, oh, if you take care of the cell phone bill, that's good, da, da, da. But if it's going towards some, just like vacations and stuff like that, then yeah, that is a problem. Why do those change once the baby comes? What do you mean, why do things change once the baby comes? It's stressful. A lot of people change, like, once a baby come, like, it changed me. I gained patience. I never used to have patience, but literally once I had a child, I had all the patience in the world. Yes, Curtis, like, it is true. A lot of people will love each other. The stuff that women go through during pregnancy is amazing. I write about it in my book. I have a book coming out that I'm still working on. I write about it, especially if you suffer from postpartum depression. I suffered from it. It wasn't like extreme, but I had mild postpartum depression. It changed everything. It changed your feelings. You go through all these chemical imbalances and all these changes in your body. Women start to look like they fall in love with the kid. You never know, you can love a child so much. It's just a different bond. Then a lot of men feel abandoned because you do have to care a lot for the child. Some women don't know how to do that work, that balance of being a mom, a girlfriend or wife or whatever, working, taking care of kid. It takes a lot to get into a routine. And a lot of guys be like, oh, well, I left her. Like, a lot of guys can't even stay through the whole pregnancy. They'll be out before the baby come. Then there's problems because she's hormonal. She's going through all these different changes and don't know how to control it. And they bail out before the process is over. And then there's some that have so much more respect for the woman when they actually see her go through labor. Especially if you see them go through a C-section. And you see them getting cut and everything, you're like, wow, like, you're brave. I know you're in pain. I can't do nothing to help you, but let me make you feel a little better. Like, I've seen men who actually were there during the pregnancy have way more respect for the women than the ones that weren't there, that didn't see her go through the whole process, that didn't see the recovery process after the fact, during the labor. I see how things change in a relationship when she's hormonal and she pushed him away, but he's not fighting to stay and not understanding all the changes that a woman go through, and that the baby do need a lot of care. She can't tend to you a lot. I do see people struggle in the infancy stage where she's sleep deprived. But it's like, offer that help so you can get that attention. If you help her a little more, then you would get that attention that you need from her. Let me see. So what's the difference from a husband and a baby daddy? It's a big difference because a husband actually vowed before God to be there through thick and thin. A baby daddy have a way out. There's no commitment. There's no, you got to go through court to get away from me. It ain't going to cost you to leave. It's an easy way out because I see guys like bow out and be like, I'm out. This her responsibility. I didn't want to have a kid anyway. I've seen that happen a lot. But a husband will be there for their wife because they see that person as someone they want to spend their life with. They want to have a family with. Some guys be like, oh, I just met her. Like me, I didn't see myself being with my son dad. Even if he asked me and say, let's be in a relationship, let's have a family, I didn't see him as husband material. I didn't ever see myself having a family with him and I was just 22, being young and dumb, making dumb decisions and being careless with life. Even though I got pregnant on birth control, so not all the time that work either. I feel like we all make excuses for things we don't want to do. That's so true. Hey, Amanda. You lose focus on your role as a partner or friend. You really do. And your focus all goes to being a mom. But I do teach mom, you are more than just a mom. You do have a life outside of being a mom, but you just have to learn the balance. That's the part where a lot of people fail, is their one-track mind. And they're like, the baby need me, I gotta do everything for my kids, like I'm working hard for my kids, I'm doing this, but then you forget you are still you. And you still have to, if you're in a relationship, you still have to tend to your partner. They're still there. They're not invisible. That's true. And Curtis, nowadays, a lot of people don't take relationships serious. Like, I think relationships now is a joke. Sorry, you guys. That's my sister talking to me on the walkie-talkie on my Apple Watch. A lot of people don't take relationships serious. And that's a problem. Because they're looking for a boo thing, a side chick. Like, they're looking for somebody to just play with, having basically open relationships, nobody you're really taking serious, and then somebody get pregnant. Then you got a situationship. Hold on one second. Sis, I'm on live. But a lot of people don't take it serious enough. They don't really date to be in a relationship long term. They just don't want to be alone. Like right now, people are starting to pop up everywhere with relationships. You see people get engaged to a different person every year and have a different baby daddy every year. You're like, whoa, like, I thought you were going to marry this person. It's like people don't take it serious. They hop in and out of relationships. They rush to get married. Then they're divorced. Then they have another baby daddy. And it's like, if you take it serious and really get to know the person, because I know people had babies, didn't even know the baby daddy last name when they was trying to put the name on the birth certificate. And it is a shame. We make excuses for the majority of the race, with the exception of us believing in family, mother, father. Because a lot of people don't, like, what I'm trying to get people to understand is, like, co-parenting can be a norm, but a lot of people were never raised to see two parents in the household. Like, I was raised by a single mom, but my mom co-parented with my dad. He was always there. He lived like no more than 4 blocks away from me most of my life when I was growing up. But a lot of people don't see parents working together. They're used to dysfunction, and they're used to, like, family not being together. Some people, family is not a priority. Family is not a goal. Some people look forward to being a baby mama just because they want to have a baby or another source of income for some people. But what I see a lot is people don't see family as that future goal anymore. They're like, a lot of people are like how they're saying, a lot of people are in their 30s and still ain't had no kids, and they don't see themselves having any kids, because they can't find that partner to have a family with, and not just, oh, I'm going to just have a baby daddy. Some women even choose to just go do a donor instead of dealing with the drama and dysfunction, and just have a baby and be a single mom on their own voluntarily. Sis, don't say you. I'm pretty sure you'll change your mind about wanting to have kids. My twin is like, nope, I'm not having no kids. Every time she sees something like going on, she be like, see, that's why I ain't got no kids. But I think you will have a kid, sis. Because you love kids. You're awesome with kids. You'll be an amazing mom. It's just finding the right partner. Like me, I've been single for 11 years because I refuse to be nobody's temporary chick. No, I'm wifey material, and I know that. My mom raised me well, and I know my worth. But a lot of people don't see this, so they settle for a relationship, in and out of relationship, different partner every year. I'm not like that. I'm not going to keep hopping and being with different guys, being engaged to different people every year. It's not that serious. I'm not desperate. I enjoy being single, and I know what I want. I'll be a super auntie forever. You got enough nieces and nephews, that's for sure. We all have enough. But thank you guys for tuning in. That's what I want to talk about. Tomorrow's topic is, are you trying to fix the blame, or are you trying to fix the problem? We're going to get into a real good conversation tomorrow about that, because a lot of people like to point the fingers, and I notice it a lot when doing marketing research, and the parents that I talk to and do one-on-ones with, coach. That's the common problem I see in clients when they first come to me. That's a common issue, is fixing the blame. Who's wrong in the situation and who's right, versus let's fix the real problem. What's really wrong? So we're going to have a discussion about that tomorrow. And hopefully you guys can tune in. You're not out trick-or-treating. I don't do retail holiday, so I can care less about Halloween. But I might wear a costume for y'all, because my son done convinced me to be a pirate with him. Even though he's going with his dad for Halloween. I wasted my money. But we do what we got to do for our kids to make them happy. So he'll see me for a little while. Let me see. I can't find a decent guy, let alone think of bringing a child in the world. I feel you. People ask me all the time, you gonna have any more kids? I don't think so. I'll be happy with my one. I would like to have another child, but do it Thursday. I might do it Thursday, sis, because it's gonna be a real good conversation, like a real one. We gonna get it down and dirty. For those of you who are having problems with co-parenting, stuff like that, my co-parenting contract is on sale. It's usually $297. It's only $197 for the rest of the year. And my guide to co-parenting like a boss ebook is the start of the process to be able to co-parent and do it on your own. It's like a self-help book. It's only $7. It's available on my website. The link is in the description. Oh yeah, sis, I know which topic you're talking about. And I also I wasn't going to accept any more clients for the rest of the year. I was going to take a break, but I've been getting messages from people like, no, I need your help. So I am opening up my co-parenting like a boss co-parenting 6-week program. So I'm only taking in 3 clients because I do want to be able to spend time with my family for the holidays. So I'm only taking in 3 clients. It's normally $3,000, but I did do 50% off for the rest of the year because I'm in the spirit of helping people. It is blended family season with all these holidays coming up. I need y'all to be able to get alone, spend Thanksgiving, Christmas together, get y'all life. So you can definitely book any of those online on my website, Monique Atkins Coaching. The co-parenting like a boss is $1,500, but it comes with the ebook. It comes with 6 one-on-one sessions, which I normally charge $125 per hour. And it's with both parents. So that's $1,500 for 2 people. That is going to be for the rest of the year. No code necessary. I did change and update the price on my website. You can do payment plan. If you do need a payment plan, please reach out to me first so that I can get you on a payment plan, and we'll do separate payment versus doing it on the website. So it come with the ebook. It come with 6 one-on-one sessions. It's for 6 weeks. It come with a workbook, and it come with my Icebreaker co-parenting deck of cards, which I am sending out orders at the end of this week. It should be Friday that I'm gonna be shipping out orders for those who have ordered my Icebreaker cards. There's 4 editions now. There's the child edition, there's the parent edition where the child gets to know the parent better, there's a teen edition which is on serious questions, and there's a co-parenting edition where the parents can get together and try to do the self-help. I'm giving you guys options that's cheaper than doing the program, just in case you can't afford the $1,500 right now. I know it's a stressful time of the year, especially if you're a single parent, getting Christmas and all that stuff taken care of. I definitely understand. But you can definitely start off with the $30 cards or the $7 ebook. Or if you already can communicate and make the decisions together with the other parent, you can do the co-parenting contract. Get it notarized as a legal binding contract. It's the same thing you would do with a court with a mediator. But you get a 1-hour session with me if you buy the co-parenting contract, and I can talk with both parents and give them a 1-hour session to help them break down everything in the contract and have it filled out, finished, so that they can go get it legalized with a notary. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to go get something to eat. My baby is hungry. And he's like, Mom, are you done yet? Like, so I'm going to go get him some food. But I will talk to you guys later. I might do it November 1st, but I was trying to wait because November is a different theme. This theme was I am my sister's keeper. Next month, it's I'm the parent, you're the child. We're going to get these kids together before the holidays so they won't drive us crazy on this Thanksgiving and Christmas break. So we're going to teach the kids how to get in their place and get parents back in control of the household. But thanks for tuning in, you guys. I love y'all. I love y'all support, y'all participation, and enjoy Halloween, and be safe. Take that candy from the kids. We don't need no dental bills. But all right, talk to you guys later. Bye.